Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here. Before I turn it over to the leader for the ABC's Global Sports Initiative, I just want to say, glad that you all are here. This is our best effort to keep you informed, and Tangy is going to share with you what she can. Her vision is bold, and that's the ABC. That's what we do. So glad y'all are here, and I'm going to say good morning, Miss Daniel. Unmute when you're ready to kick it off, sis. We're here for you.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much. First of all, thank y'all for being on time. Thank y'all for being present. Thank you for taking this matter seriously. And thank you, Melvin, for your leadership and all that you do. Before we get started, would you like to say anything, Melvin, or let them know anything?
Sure. There may be, as I am changing my name, because this event may attract some folks to the ABC, and this is really perhaps your first encounter with us. I am Melvin Coleman. I'm the president and CEO of the Atlanta Black Chambers. And yeah, we're an organization of entrepreneurs based here in Atlanta. But we truly are a global organization. Our membership spans across the entire United States, and now more than ever on a few different continents. So we are committed to supporting and assisting Black businesses, Black entrepreneurs, to taking their business endeavors to the next level. So regardless of where you are in that growth cycle, the ABC has resources and access to relationships, programs, and things that we're doing now that is going to be of value to you. So for many of you, this is not news because you've been around the organization now for years, but there may be a few people. This is an introduction to the Atlanta Black Chambers. This initiative is one of those projects where we want to make sure that we show up, we have a presence, and that we're doing what the ABC does very well, which is provide information, a trusted source of accurate, timely information so that you can make informed decisions as to how you need to move. And so this initiative is a representation of the ABC in that sense. But I'll be here for most of the session. And so if necessary, Tangy, I can add flavor to various different things that may come up. But I'm excited to see the people here to find out more about what the ABC is doing in relation to this big opportunity. Okay, I'm done for now.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Melvin. So just to give you guys a head start and just to make sure, so people are like, where's the link? Where's the link? Listen, the link was sent out. The link was sent out, but okay, no worries. We're going to send it out again. So I just want to make sure that I introduce myself formally to you all. I want to say hello and good morning. Thank you for being here. My name is Tanganyika. I am Global Sports Initiative and World Cup Lead for the ABC. And I am going to get everybody on the same page today about where we are, where we've been, and what is the next step for us. We're super excited, the team and I. Okay, so first of all, some of you may have never heard this information before. Some of you may have, but the everyone is going to walk away with something that they've never heard before. So just stick with me. So this, and when I say this, I mean the 2026 World Cup is the largest game ever in the history of games on the planet. About 26 billion eyeballs will be watching this game. And the original number that I was saying was that economic revenue forecast was $11 billion. It is up to $80 billion now that the global society will see because of this one game. It's huge. It's the biggest ever. That is happening for several different reasons. It's the largest game, number one, because this is the first time three North American nations are hosting it together. This is Canada's first time, US second time, Mexico's third time. And what's going to happen. And also, we're all fighting. We're not in sync. We're not together. So that also has a lot to do with why this is a big game, a big deal. We're trying to see what's happening with the markets because of this game. 48 countries are going to play 104 matches, and a match is equivalent to a game. They're going to play 104 matches in 16 cities. The 16 cities are 2 in Canada, 3 in Mexico, and 11 in the United States. And I'll show you who those are in a second. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. The opening starts in Mexico City, Guadalajara. The opening for the US is Los Angeles. Atlanta is hosting 8 matches in 2026. Each match is equivalent to a Super Bowl. So in 1 week, the 15th through the 22nd, we're going to have essentially 3 Super Bowls in 1 week. That's what's going to happen. And so, 3 Super Bowls in 1 week. And so we have to make sure we're prepared in all types of ways for this to happen, okay? Before the World Cup, though, in 2025, we're going to have the Club World Cup. This is where 32 of the best clubs from around the world are going to compete for a $1 billion prize pot. A $1 billion prize pot. That is this year in a few days in June. I'm going to tell you all about that as well. So what that means is Atlanta is hosting a semifinal in both years. So we are almost guaranteed to see about 2 million people each time, because we are hosting the semifinal. We're also hosting some other important games as well. So I'm going to tell you all about that. So we should all be on the same page now, and then we're going to go forward with information that we should all know. Okay, so Melvin, do I have? Yes, I do. Okay.
Good. If not, let me know.
Okay, can everybody see that?
I can.
Okay, that's important. Okay, cool. So we're gonna dive right in. We're gonna get started. Okay, so there was a study done by Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. She's the director of the World Trade Organization. And she did a study that she sent, and it was in correlation with FIFA. And this is what the study said. The study talks about the economic impact of the Club World Cup, the World Cup, the Women's World Cup that's happening in 2027, and some other cups, because FIFA has a whole bunch of cups that they're doing, right? So I need y'all to understand this, because I want us to understand the importance and relevance of why this is a big deal. So in this study, for just the Club World Cup that's happening in 2025, she estimates that the US will take home, or they estimate that the US will take home about $21 billion. And that 9.6 billion of those dollars will go to the US alone. The US is the only ones hosting the Club World Cup. So this is why we're going to take the bulk, or essentially almost all of the money, because the world is coming here to play these matches. It also is showing that about 432,000 jobs will be created globally because of this, and about 105,000 of those will be in the US. Also registers, or talks about the social ROI. Social economic impact is, how is this for the community? How is this for the human body? How is this making things better for society, right? So what it says is this game improves health, well-being, social connections with the community, heart, body, and mind. It prevents non-communicable diseases like diabetes, cancer, heart disease, depression, anxiety, and it improves overall physical and mental well-being. This is so important because we have a health and wellness committee within the ABC. A lot of you do health and wellness on this. That is directly tied into the benefits of the Club World Cup that you can monopolize and that you can, be subject matter experts on. So you don't have to know about soccer. You have to know about the human body and how sports, camaraderie, community, all of those things make life better for humans. So that's a way that you can host an event, a seminar, a webinar, or something to be a part of this. Okay, so that is the Club World Cup. I also wanted to show y'all that a lot of trade is happening around this one particular game, these games, the Club World Cup and the World Cup, and how many countries are involved in it as well. So this is widespread trade flows across sectors. This is importing and exporting just to make the Club World happen, the Club World Cup happen in the US, okay? And these are the things that we're trading. We're trading agriculture. Georgia is a big ag state. Okay, so ag tech is something I'm a proponent of. Sports tech is something I'm a proponent. Health tech. Do you understand? You get the theme? So textiles, chemicals, pharmaceuticals, basic metals, machinery, water supply, electricity, gas, steam, construction, land transport, water transport, retail sale. All of these things are exported and imported from the US. And China, as you can see on the other side, is a big importer and exporter, which is why I believe all of this fighting will have to stop so that we can make sure retail fashion tech, absolutely, so that we can make sure, everybody get this money. Nothing makes people stop fighting more than money and sports, men especially. So this is why this is going to be a very, very, very big deal. Now, let's talk about where we are. Our team did a roadmap and we talked about, where are other host cities? Where should we be in the timeline of things? What is the timeline of things? And so we came up with a roadmap that we've been paying attention to based on Toronto's plans. We've read LA's plans, Dallas plans, Atlanta's plans. We're really versed on what people are doing in other host cities, right? So for the Club World Cup, or just the World Cup in general, where should we be? And this is kind of like the roadmap of it all. Strategic planning. During the strategic planning phase, that's when you conduct readiness audits. This is when you go around the city, or especially around that 3-mile radius of Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and say, okay, how prepared are you for this event? And about 23%, I believe, said that they are somewhat prepared. That's what the city of Atlanta conducted a strategic planning session around those businesses. I don't know how many of the businesses on here actually did that survey, but that's the number that they said they came up with, was 23% said they're somewhat ready. We'll talk about that in a second. And then you start getting those committees ready. In the second phase, that's when you start to upgrade its infrastructure and operations. That's when you start to upgrade MARTA. That's when you start to look at those ride share and scooters and bikes and all of those transportation methods. Is it efficient? Can it be upgraded? Can anything be done to, make it better so that when these people come, they enjoy themselves? Some host city or some countries only take bikes, or they only drive around in public transportation. They don't do cars. They don't drive. So are we prepared to help those people and those citizens that are coming from those other countries? The third phase is community engagement and workforce development. Language barriers are a thing. Is anyone on your team multilingual? Can they speak the language of the countries that are coming in, which is Arabic, Portuguese, and England is coming here, so they speak English, but Brazil is also Portuguese. So can anyone on your team speak that language? Is your menu in any of those languages? Thinking about community and how you want to get more business, how are you making it easy for these people to spend money with you? Workforce development, hospitality training is really, really important. doing cultural community festivals. I'll tell you about that in a minute. And youth programs as well. That's in phase 3. Phase 4 is global marketing campaign, international promotion, and tech innovation. We are a tech hub. Have we explained that or convert or shared that with the rest of the world? Have we explained thoroughly how much of a tech hub that we are? How many financial resources are here? Georgia Tech is a big school here. Are we big upping our, are we making sure that we big up our institutions? Have we done that yet? And the verdict is still out. Phase 5, we're going to do pre-launch, pre-event launch, and operational testing. Have we done any drills just in case something pop off? Are people prepared? Have we done any, drills to make sure that we can take the traffic, the flow in the restaurant or in the retail space is efficient and effective so that we can get people in and out? Those are the type of things. Are our systems ready to go? Is our website down? Does it need to be updated? Does it say, website not found? Have we tested these things out? Tournament execution, that's when Club World Cup and World Cup will be here. And then phase 7 is legacy and economic impact reporting. What did not happen for Olympics is the economic impact reports. There is not a lot of data on how much money entrepreneurs made, what the city made, what happened to those people that was pushed out of Bowen homes. Where did they go? How are they thriving? What's happening with them? We don't know any of that information because a lot of economic impact reports were not done. So making sure that that happens this time is super important. Those are my data analysis people. Those are my people that do impact reports. Those are the people that really need to step up and watch that stuff now so that you can have that to sell on the back end, because data is the 1, the 2, and the 3, right? So that's what we think is a proper roadmap and what should be done, what has to be done, what makes the most sense to be done, etc. Okay, where are we at with FIFA? I'm really proud about this. I keep shouting it from the rooftops. BAM is the company that is asking for expressions of interest. FIFA has partnered with BAM, which is a management company, and they said, okay, hire these people, find these people for me. This is the QR code that will get you straight to the application, which is right here. FIFA is looking for audio accommodations. If you do long-term stays, short-term stays, corporate stays, you're in there. Cabins and modular buildings, if you can build stuff, carpentry services, concrete barriers. We saw what happened in Louisiana. So that's why that perimeter is going to be around the Mercedes-Benz Stadium and all the stadiums in the host cities. And so if you can build things that are indestructible, they're looking for you. Containers, custom millwork, drapes, engineering services, fencing, floor coverings, general contracting services, ground protection, health and safety planning management, heavy equipment, HVAC, life safety equipment, and any type of lighting. They're also looking if you can expedite visas for them or permits for them. They are looking for that as well. So again, if you use this QR code, it'll take you straight to this application. I want you to know that someone filled this out on February 28th and they got approved by FIFA. They will be an official FIFA vendor, and that was almost like a 30-day turnaround. That is almost unheard of in a magnitude of a mission this size. So I want you all to take advantage of this immediately. I also want you all to know about volunteering opportunities. If you would like to volunteer for FIFA and just know how they do large scale events so that you can put on your own large scale event, or if you want to be in the room with the people. And, I tell people all the time, I volunteered and I've been at the VIP section and I've been able to meet the speakers. I've been at the registration desk, so I have access to the data of who is, enrolled and who is present. Those are important things and monumental and beneficial things. All you have to do is pass a background check, be 18 years of older, and speak English. And if you can speak another language, that's beneficial as well. This is another one. I don't know who needs to hear this on this call, but I'm giving you the information, right? So FIFA is FIFA, the teams that play in FIFA have to train somewhere when they get to these host cities. So these places are called base camps, and they are still looking for base camps. They do not have any HBCUs on the list as a base camp to train at. Mind you, these are international teams that are coming. It's going to increase, enrollment at these schools. It's a great marketing material to say that we hosted FIFA at our training facility. The only thing you need is like updated security. You need to have, a proper training facility, but there's no HBCUs on there. The base camps that have been picked for the city of Atlanta is the Atlanta United Training Center, and the hotel that will be joined with that is the JW Marriott ATL Buckhead. Okay, so JW Marriott Atlanta Buckhead will be hosting with the Atlanta United Training Center, the countries that are coming here. And the second one is Kennesaw State University. And my apologies, and their hotel is Intercontinental Buckhead Atlanta. Intercontinental Buckhead Atlanta. So maybe you don't want to be in the thick of everything downtown. Maybe you just want to be around the base camps and service the people there. There are several ideas of people just feeding the coaches and the teams around that area, because the staff around there, needs food options, etc. So if they don't have anything or they want something quick, you can set up something out there. I don't know if that's legal or not. Find out, go look the information up. I'm just giving you ideas of where these people will be so that you can make the max amount of money during this time frame. Also, I want you guys to know about the branding. FIFA is their trademark. I've talked about this time and time again, using the word World Cup, using FIFA, using all of those, languages could land you in trouble. So if you scan this QR code, then you'll know exactly what you can and cannot say. We've been using International Soccer Club or International Club Championship. We've been saying something like that, excuse me, so that we don't get in trouble ourselves, okay? So I want you all to know where are these host cities, because that's important to know as well. Maybe you can't do anything in Atlanta, but you got connections somewhere else. So these are the host cities, and this is how they're broken down: East, West, Central. And they did it like this because they don't want someone from Central having to go all the way to the West to host a game or to go to a game. They're really worried. They're really thinking of their fans and the communities that support these teams. So that's why they're broken down like that. But Canada is Toronto and Vancouver. Mexico is Guadalajara, where that opening will be Monterrey and Mexico City. And in the United States, Atlanta, Boston, Dallas, Houston, Kansas City, LA, Miami, New York, New Jersey, Philly, San Francisco, Seattle. Atlanta and Dallas have the semifinal, really big deals. And then New York has the final. So they're going to leave here and then go to New York. And that's where the $1 billion pot will be divvied up. And I think the team is going to win. The winning team wins like 125 million. But each person that plays in the World Cup, I think the least they'll get is $50 million. It's insane, the numbers that are happening right now. So it's imperative that we pay attention to Club World Cup so that we can get the data to go into World Cup and, really maximize that opportunity. These are the dates. FIFA Club World Cup, which is in 2025, is June 16th, 19th, 22nd, 29th, July 1st, and July 5th. July 5th is that semifinal. Again, we'll have 6 matches here. Each match is equivalent to a Super Bowl. England, Mexico, Portugal, and United Arab Emirates are the countries that are coming here. Matter of fact, Mexico is not coming here. They were actually disqualified. So they're doing a runoff, like they're 2 teams are going to play to see who replaces Mexico. So we'll know that information after they play. And then FIFA World Cup, June 15th, 18th, 21st, 24th, 27th, July 1st, July 7th, July 15th. July 15th is the semifinal. I want you all to see this in a different way so that you all get a real grasp of what's happening. This is our June calendar. It is not complete, but I want you all to see what we have on there currently and just get a real understanding of what's happening. Number one, the 16th, 19th, and 22nd are the 3 matches that are happening in the same week in June. Okay? 16th, 19th, 22nd. To start off the Global Sports Club World Cup initiative, we're going to do firearms training. We'll be doing sister self-protection. If you've never come to that, it's a vibe. I'll tell you about that in a second. And then Arm 5 is a regular meetup 5. Every year I do that where I host a gun awards show. It's a really big deal. It's a sneaker ball. It's amazing every year. I think it's almost sold out, but you can look it up on Google, a regular meetup 5, and you can get tickets to that. And then Sister Self Protection will happen at Governor's Gun Club on June 7th in Kennesaw, Georgia. So that's going to be our firearms portion. A lot of these countries coming here do not do self-defense. They don't have the opportunity to. So we're going to take advantage of that and we're going to teach them self-defense. And the sister self-protection is not just firearms. If you're, we won't be shooting. So if you just want to learn how to hold a firearm, just know what to do in the presence of a firearm, you should come out. And then we'll also have hand-to-hand combat from a Marine who's a martial artist. Is that how you say it? It should be. And then we'll also have Fit to Fight with the Army vet Renee. So we are locked and loaded for that first week in June. And then the 15th through the 22nd is our Global Sports Tech and Innovation Summit. I'll tell you more about that in a second. But what we're going to do on the 17th, mind you, I put all this is all tentative. The 15th through the 22nd will be the Global Sports Tech and Innovation Summit week, but these might get switched around. The only thing that we know for certain is the 16th, 19th, and 22nd are game days. The 17th, we're going to do a global business boot camp where y'all can come and actually learn how to prepare for the World Cup. I don't believe in doing stuff all 5 days. We're gonna knock it out. A 4-hour boot camp. You come in with a notepad ready. What's your business? Retail, bam, this is what you do. Restaurant, bam, this is what you do. Hospitality, bam, this is what you do. Transportation, bam, this is what you do. That's what we got. That's what we got. And it's straight to the point what we're doing right now. We will have a women in sports business breakfast and then a global sports ball. We're so excited about these things. Okay. The Arabian Night at the Manor, that will be a men's event that we're having, and men will be wearing their traditional thab or the kandori. The kandori is what the United Arab Emirates gentlemen wear, that all white garment. My goodness, that's gonna be at the Manor. So that's gonna be catered toward the men, but we'll have more information about that. So that's June. July, we will have a round of 16. We have 2 round of 16 matches. That's a big deal as well. And then that semifinal is on the 5th. And I want to show you all that Beyonce is coming because that's another large scale event that you should prepare for. And what we found out when we went to Mercedes-Benz Stadium is that a lot of these artists will not continue to tour all around the country and the world like they do, because to build up and break down a stage is very taxing. And so therefore, they are going to make sure that they stay in regions. So the 10th and 11th might be Atlanta, but 12, 13, 14 people are flying in just to come see Beyonce. So pay attention to these things, okay? And then I wanted to just tell you more about the Sister Self-Protection. Again, that's June 7th. It'll be at Governor's Gun Club. That link will be up shortly for the ABC so that you can sign up for that. But we've already done this. We're so excited about this. We had about 100 women come last time, so we're expecting that or a little bit more, just to make sure that this is a crazy time. We're always living in a crazy time, but even now more than ever, know that you're your first line of defense. So you need to make sure that you know how to protect yourself, whether it's with your hands and your fists, whatever you have, making sure you're in shape, you can get your heartbeat racing and know what to do when it is. That's important. Okay, the next thing is the scavenger hunt. We was like, how are we gonna make sure these businesses make money? How are we gonna make sure that people go to these locations? How are we gonna make sure? And the team said, do you hear me? It's a scavenger hunt. We're going to have a scavenger hunt. We're going to have at least 200 plus visitors coming to each location. It's going to be so sexy. It's going to be so grown. It's going to be so amazing. It is literally going to be a situation where you're going to be mad if you don't participate in this, because this is literally the data that we're going to get from this, that we're going to make sure that we share out with the people and the participants that do participate in the scavenger hunt, knowing how to prepare for 2026. What area were these people congregated in? Can we move people for real? Do we got power for real? Then let's show it. Let's see. Let's make sure. So the scavenger hunt will be prize-based system where people get prizes for going to these locations, and then the grand prize winner, whoever has the most points and has the best social media campaign, along with going to those businesses, how did they show up on social media, and that a panel of like 10 people will decide if there's a tie. Otherwise, there will be a real winner who will win a grand prize at the Global Sports Ball, and everybody that gets a ticket automatically gets a ticket to the Global Sports Ball. So that's the incentive, to make sure your people are there. So, oh my God. I can't even talk about it enough. It's a really big deal. So that is going to be part of our app that will be completed on or before June 1st. So that's where you got to buy the passport to even play the game. Once you get the passport, then you'll automatically get the app once it's completed. And that's where all the businesses will be in, and you'll know how to play the game. So everyone that does a scavenger hunt will have our own separate meeting. So if you don't, no worries either way. But if you are part of the scavenger hunt, then you will be able to come to that meeting and learn more. So this is the first thing we're doing that 15th through the 21st of the Club World Cup this year. And the second thing is the Global Sports Tech and Innovation Summit. Listen, are we a tech hub for real? Is Atlanta spending $10 billion a year on sports and we're not talking about it? Are we not talking about the fact that Atlanta Motor Speedway is building a casino in Hampton, Georgia that they bid $1 billion for? Are we not talking about that? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. This is what's happening. And these are the things we're specifically focused on: sports business, sports tourism, sports tech, and sports innovation. But these are the things that are super important to us. How can we move past the World Cup and the Club World Cup and the World Cup, and really make sure Atlanta is on the map, make sure Georgia's on the map, understanding why international fans spend differently and how to capitalize on that. For the Club World Cup, for every dollar that's spent, $4.34 is put into the market. And so international people spend more. They got it to blow. They come in to spend it. And so we coming to service them. Okay. Tech, investing in the sports industry, not just that, but women's business. I mean, women's sports is a huge billion-dollar business that people are not paying attention to right now. And we are going to talk about all of it. Okay. Our specific areas of focus in sports business, sports tourism, sports tech, sports innovation, hospitality, transportation, retail, because hospitality will be one of the number one industries that will see the most growth during these two events. They make up about 70% of the revenue. Transportation, everybody got to get somewhere. So we're going to talk about that. And then retail, they want to spend, any souvenirs, memorabilia, anything like that. They want it. Okay. These are areas of opportunity that I think you could focus on. The culture, tech, film with LA. Did y'all see? Y'all probably didn't see, but LA is going through some things. Not only just the fire, but the whole Hollywood is moving out, and they are coming to Atlanta, Georgia. We just built a $50 million training facility in Fayetteville, Georgia. The Arthur Blanks Foundation donated $50 million. Every team in the country will be coming to Fayetteville, Georgia to train for soccer or international football. And then that's also on the same in the same area as Trilip Studios. So the opportunities are insane. Hospitality, advertising, adults, I really believe they're going to make the most money during this time frame. They're going to come here and they're going to want to go to the strip club. They're going to want to spend money. So making sure these strippers or the midnight ballerinas have, can they take foreign money? Can they take Bitcoin? Can they take? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, making sure they're prepared. Nightlife is not just bars and clubs, etc. It's also hospitals. It is also ride share. It is also, nightlife makes up a lot. Urgent care, pet care, all of that stuff is part of nightlife, healthcare, transportation, and music. All of those will make a lot of money during this time frame. And then women specific events during this time. If you can't do anything right now, I would say partner up with compatible partners and y'all host an event. That is going to be the best, not the best way, but if you can execute that in this short amount of time, that's a great way to make money. PR and marketing, travel and tourism, focusing on women only, luxury travel or something just for women, that's going to make a lot of money. Real estate, commercial and residential, mobility, making sure things are ADA friendly or making sure it's friendlier to ADA, people is going to be huge. Also, the scooters and the motorbikes and all of that stuff, if you can rent those things out, beauty and wellness, everybody gonna want to get their hair done, everybody gonna want to look good. If they know what's happening and what's coming up, book these appointments out now. Health and wellness, media, legal and business consulting, Atlanta investment. These are huge opportunities that everyone can take advantage of, but especially women. And then I think it's super important for y'all to have a safety plan. Nobody ain't saying nothing about no safety plan. Everybody, we know the world is crazy. Wouldn't we rather be over-prepared than under-prepared? Do you have a crowd management system for peak hours at the peak of your business and you got 500 people outside? How do you manage that crowd? Is there a line? Is there a way you're not blocking the street? Is there a way it's not a safety hazard? They're not in the street, etc. Do you have can you increase your staffing for security checkpoints? Like you have to go here before you go here. You have to do this before you do this. An emergency evacuation plan. If you're 3 miles within the city, within the Mercedes-Benz perimeter, do you have an evacuation plan? Can you get out? And where's your rally point? Where are you and your staff and your family meeting up at? What is your code words? What do you do if someone comes in there? This is a constitutional carry state, open carry state. If someone comes in with a firearm, is there an equal reaction to that? Somebody on the team? Are y'all trained in de-escalation and crisis response? This is huge because these are soccer fans. These are international football fans. They bout that life for real. I've been watching videos. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. So they're passionate. Okay. But the passion turns to violence in a lot of these cases. It's not as bad as it used to be, but some of these people don't care. So do you have a way to de-escalate the situation, or do you have access to police right offhand? Is someone there that's, those are things you need to ask yourself. Cybersecurity is huge. Is your point of sale system secure from hacking? Is someone coming up just placing another keypad or another QR code or another something and getting your data that, and stealing from your customers? That's not going to be a good look. Has your staff been trained to detect counterfeit money tickets or scams? Do you have ID verification systems? Do you have anti-theft and surveillance measures? I was sexually assaulted at a venue and their cameras didn't work. So I'm glad I ain't body him because I would have been in jail because I couldn't have proved it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is make sure your cameras work. Make sure your surveillance and theft stuff works, okay? And then law enforcement, do you have a relationship with them? Fire department, does your team know CPR, stop the bleed? Are y'all versed in those things? And do you have the proper permits? Can you have 2,000 people at your event, 5,000 people at your event? They'll come in and shut it down. So you just want to make sure you're prepared, okay? And then three things that I still believe that we should focus on. If you focus on these three things or one of these three things, you should be in the money. And that is community, legacy, and economic impact. Community, there is a fan fest in every host city. Our fan fest will be at Centennial Olympic Park. The majority of it will be there. Also, Georgia World Congress Center and the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Legacy, the Centennial Olympic Park is still here 30 years later. 2026 will be the 30th anniversary of the Olympics in Atlanta. That's an event in itself, because a lot of people don't even know about the history of the Olympics. A lot of people have moved here. They don't even know what's happening. My family's from here. I'm from here. And I remember we didn't get a brick that was placed in Centennial Olympic Park. Why not? We should have had a brick. We should have made money. We should have made bricks. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the economic impact of that is not just the large scale event of the Club World Cup. Is more than that. It's past that. It's beyond that. If you do this right, and when you do this right, your generations after you will say, this was the catalyst. This was the moment our family trajectory changed, because we paid attention to the Club World Cup and the World Cup and the residuals from it. We flipped it. We did this with it. We were able to get this. We established this business. We opened this land. We have this now. Do you understand what I'm saying? So focus, y'all. And I want to show y'all, we have all these things planned. And I just reached out to my network. I said, I need your help. And they showed up. They showed up with no problems. That's why I don't think none of this is going to be difficult, because the team, the fabric is so solid. I just want to show y'all some of the logos of some of the people that are present and accounted for in a major way. In a major way. Do you understand what I'm saying? They are not playing when it comes to this. They understand the benefits of it. They understand how big this is, and they want to be a part of it, and they never question that whatever you need, Tangy. So I want to publicly acknowledge and thank them. And then we have our premium sponsors. We have an official production team, y'all. We got major venues. The Atlanta Airport Chamber is a media partner of ours. They have been so amazing. Sonia Booker. Do you understand what I'm saying? Atlanta, we're going to have our Portugal event there, our Portugal party at Atlanta. We are supporting. We're support is a verb, and we're doing that with each other. So I just want to tell you, Bookstore Gallery, the Manor, where our Arabian Night themed party will be, is a premier membership social club. I love, love, love them. Global Sporting Ventures. Listen. I wanted to put some faces up here, because I'm so tired of the same faces in Atlanta. We got like 3 to 5 people that do the same thing. They get promoted over and over and over again. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Atlanta is huge. We have a lot of people that, are experts and subject matter experts in their field. So I just wanted to, show some of the people that are working behind the scenes. We got an official DJ now. We got, multilingual people. We got apps. We got networks. We got. Do you understand what I'm saying? We got. And so lastly, that's how you find me. That's how you contact me if you want to help in any type of way. Let me tell you what our gaps are. Our gaps are family and children, women specific, athletic. We not like, if you want to do something with golf or pickleball or something, we're global sports. So if you want to do something like that, and wellness, we don't have any of that on our calendar right now, because we want to partner with y'all. Y'all do stuff, and then we just promote it and we partner up together. It has to be proper. It has to be of chamber excellence. Obviously, it has to make money and it makes sense, and or make it make sense. And so in the chat, you should have the volunteer link, the speakers link. You should be able to contact me on LinkedIn, and the website you can find this information at. So I'm going to stop sharing now, and we can go into Q&A mode. How was that, Melvin? Did he leave?
That was
okay.
Yeah, that was great. But yeah, check. We have to check with the audience.
Okay. If you have questions, please raise your hand so that we can, we can start making sure that we go throughout and start answering these questions. And listen, we got about 30 more minutes. So I suggest y'all answer the questions or ask the questions while we in the room, because it's super, super important. And no question is a stupid question, I don't think. I'll tell you if it
Hi,
is.
this is Michelle. I am with New Visions Home Care, and
Okay.
I am trying to find out what are the opportunities for me as a home care business that takes care of elderly and people who have injuries or what have you.
I love that. We should connect because I do in-home healthcare too. I've been doing that for
Oh,
over 12 years. I do. My uncle has his own business, and so we service the clientele. Well, I'll tell you more about that when we talk offline. But yeah, so that is an amazing opportunity because there will be people here that are bringing their moms and their parents that won't be able to get around. And I would definitely tap into that dialysis market because those people still have to do dialysis while they're gone. So if you have some type of travel situation, those travel bags, that would be
mm-hmm.
great for them. But just marketing your services, like we have people that come to your hotel. We have people that will, provide whatever you need while you're in town for the Club World Cup. That would be advantageous of you.
Thank you so much for all of this information. I would just like to say you're a phenomenal speaker, and it was a wealth of information, even though I joined late.
Oh, thank you so much. You're so awesome. Thank you. Okay, who else? Any other questions? All threes. What's your name?
Yes, our threes. How are
Okay.
you? Thank you. This has been a great uh group and a great session. I really appreciate it. I'm really excited and I can tell your passion. I'm passionate about this too. I want to find out about becoming a authorized reseller of some of the sports memorabilia because my concern with, I sell clothes, jewelry, shoes, watches, sports watches, things like that. But I'm interested in becoming an authorized reseller of some of the more known brands, which I think is one of the things that the people are going to be looking for. And I think I saw an attorney, an entertainment attorney, or maybe a trademark attorney in the chat. But if you or anyone else has any information on how we can start selling some of this stuff, which is what I think they're going to be looking for, then I would love that information. Love to connect.
Absolutely. So, a lot of the licensing, you can become a licensed agent with FIFA, but again, that's still that trademark situation and it's just to put it in perspective, ESPN paid $1 billion for the licensing for FIFA. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just sometimes it's not even economically feasible for some people to even get a license with FIFA because that's what their brand is. They make it so high because the trademark is what the money is. And so that's why we're saying, like, say International Soccer Club or something soccer, ATL and soccer, or something where it's still connected, but you own the rights, you can make all the money and no one will come after you for it. So you can, try to partner with Nike or some of those other major corporations. You can absolutely try to partner with them and get their licensing and become a licensing agent for them or get their licensing. But for the most part, it will be advantageous to be original and think of something that you can own yourself.
Right. Okay. Thank
Great,
you.
of course. Henry.
Hey, good afternoon. Man, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, that was wonderful, what you just presented. I just wanted to share, I'm part of the Atlanta United supporter groups and as a community liaisons. If anybody is looking for opportunities in terms of their business to be around the groups, but also we do a big fan tailgate every home game. So if you want to get primed and just get around that environment and, learn more about the soccer community,
Hey y'all, hey, I'm not sure what happened, but we're back. We're back. Do we have any more questions?
Hi, Tangy. This is Lisa with the Wellness Noir. How are you?
I am well, my love.
Good to see you again, and great presentation as always.
Thank
I do want to connect with you because I do have a wellness center that is literally 2 blocks from Mercedes-Benz Stadium on Walker Street in Castleberry Hill.
Ooh.
So I want to work directly with you so we can curate some of those wellness events that need to happen because again, we're footsteps from the stadium.
That whole Castleberry, y'all, and you know what? And I'm glad you said that because is Siobhan here, Melvin? I'm not sure if he. Oh, he might have had to go. That's what happened. I think Melvin had to leave, and he was the host, so he logged off, and it just shut. That makes the most sense. Okay, cool. So, what was I going to say? We are not in the rooms, ladies and gentlemen, having conversations with the Department of Public Works, with zoning, and it has come to my attention that, you know, the way they break up the perimeter around the stadium, there are a lot of businesses that do not benefit because people are ushered a different way. They can't cross the street, etc. So because we are not in these rooms advocating for our businesses, we get left out the most. So if that happens this year, you know, we'll be more prepared next year. But in case, a contingency plan is to make sure we find a way to gather people over to Castleberry Hill. We route them ourselves, like with signs, with billboards. I don't care what we got to do, but we got to make sure that everybody eats and wins. That it has to be intentional and purposeful. And because we are not having we are not in the rooms, honestly. I mean, the city of Atlanta is, but we don't know what's being said around these, and we don't understand or know who is saying, like, no, this has to be done this way, because it's not a mandate that they use our services and use our businesses. There is not. The city is treating this like a corporate partner or corporate client coming in and doing a private event. That is how they're treating this. That is what it is. So we have to create our own, and we say what's cool. We say what people should go. So that's how we're approaching it with Global Sports. But that is a great thing, and I would love to talk to you, Wellness Noir. We absolutely have to put something on the calendar.
I will send you a private message with my number.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lava?
Hey, good morning. I was trying to ask you, I understand what you're saying. Is there any way you can have someone that can go in and represent, even just be the ears or the boots on the ground, regarding the transportation, the locations to further assist to help with the World FIFA Cup and getting the people there properly?
I can't. I mean, I'm doing my part. I'm the best thing. The what I will say is people are answering my calls. They are answering my questions, but I'm not in the room. We're not on the host committee. And what it looks like is there's 2 particular organizations that are in charge of that. I just had a great call last night with Melvin and Siobhan. Are you on here? Her name, she's in the rooms. And I was like, was there any way we can get in on these calls that are happening, you know, once a month or quarterly, etc. And she was saying that she will literally relay that information back to us. She is in the meeting right now, learning about beautifying Atlanta. And these are all contracts that we could service. And that's what, you know, I advocated for last night, meaning trash pickup, mural, painting over the murals, or whatever that needs to be done. These are all contracts that we should have access to, that we can fulfill if we were in the room or people knew about us, or we could advocate for ourselves. So listen, we're screaming it from the rooftops. We're trying. The best thing is maybe get in with Marta, maybe get it. We're doing that when we're talking to these people, but in case that does not happen, we still have a plan.
Right, because I knew that was an issue in the beginning, a couple of months. Because I do a lot of strategizing. I'm heavily into the sports entertainment industry, and portion of my company of what we do, because we are domestic. I am a European delegate for the Europeans. And so I understand that when it comes to the structure of this, you know, the cities, you know, who all is working together and why we should not be working together when we should, so we don't fall through the cracks of anything. So we don't want that grade D, upon us. So we should, every partner, everybody in the city throughout the state of Atlanta should be working together for this effort.
I agree. Like, do we want to look like Paris? Do we want to look crazy? That is why, like, everybody.
And I don't want that to happen, because I went through this with the World Games, and I kept telling them that I understand strategic from Atlanta, from what experience from the Olympics and everything. And we had that experience here, and it drove me nuts. But then I was the main person with 3 contracts, international and operations, to come in and help pull them out of the hell pit that they was in. And so I get it.
Absolutely. So that is why it is imperative we don't have the time or the luxury to lollygag at all. This is why it's a collective effort. That's why we're bringing it to the community. How can you assist? How can you help? How do you want to be a part of this? You see how massive it is. My tiny team can't do it alone. We want to fill up the calendar for June and July, even if, we go to these events or support these events, or even if we can't make it, put it on our calendar and let this international crowd know that what we're going to do. You will start to see marketing really increase with us in the next couple of days and weeks. And so therefore it's really important. So if you're in media and you can help us push the message, if you're in production, if you do events, if you can volunteer, if you can help with public safety, valet, sanitation, if you're an attorney, it can help us with our legal jargon, whatever you can do, help us, help you, that type of thing. So, and a lot of campaigns that we haven't done are human rights, youth, labor laws, women's sports. Those are some of the campaigns that we can put on our calendar if you choose to do them. That way, we cover those bases as well. So thank you so much for that. What else?
You're welcome.
Thank you. Let me go to the chat. Oh, the other chat is gone too. Ooh, chat. Can I share the chat that was going? I can ask Melvin, can you please share the presentation after the meeting, especially since we may have lost all the info in the chat. Appreciate it. You're on Roku. Okay, Denise.
Hey, Tangy.
Hi.
I don't know if I'm in the order of the hand raise or not.
No, go right ahead.
Thank you for this. It was absolutely amazing. We all love your energy. It is super contagious. I staffed way back when, dating myself, the Olympics and some of the Super Bowls, some of the NFL private events. I have learned, this is just me giving information for people. If you have like a contract or have had a contract with the city of Atlanta, some of the people I know, like one of the persons that they have secured a contract with FIFA World Cup in June and in next year because they've had a contract. Now, this is just me giving you third-party information. I don't know, but they have secured the contract. All of this to say, some of the information is being filtered down, and y'all know how this works, right? Know a person that know a person that know a person. But I'm just sharing with you all, if you had a local contract, if you know procurement, some of that information is being trickled down. I did attend a volunteer experience as well, and I just walked up to the person, and I've been talking with the volunteer person there, and I'm also doing some of the labor laws because I have workforce development training. So I'd love to put that on the calendar, Tangy, and I'm open to hosting a labor law event and all of that. So just wanted to share that.
I just don't want to do that. So I want you to do that. Please, please host that. So yes, can you put your information in the chat, or can you connect with me on LinkedIn so that we can get that scheduled?
Absolutely. I'll put my email address and then I'll connect with you on LinkedIn.
Excellent. Excellent. Kelly, do you have anything? Oh, that was you, Kelly, right?
Yes, that was me.
Any other questions? You would like to start a WhatsApp group? I'm in so many WhatsApp groups. Yes, Victoria, you start that, my love. What else did I want to tell y'all?
I did have a question, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Yes, so I'm Victoria, also known as your boutique bestie. So I'm project manager and do retail installations here in Atlanta for corporate brands looking to, have a temporary retail space and things of that nature. So I say that to say, do you know specifically any opportunity regarding the scavenger hunt as well and others for retail fashion tech?
Absolutely. That's exactly what we're I would love to connect with you because you're one of the people that we want to put in the scavenger hunt. I think this is going to be a really, really great idea because it's fun and it's engaging and people want to go and search for stuff. But think of Pokemon and you know how big that was. So
Yeah,
think of that and that's
it's
what the
it's actually a concept I dreamed up about this. Like I have a whole marketing plan scavenger hunt. And
you
when you
better
said it, I
call me,
was like,
Victoria.
wait,
You
is
better I
there
ain't
a
steal it.
fly on the wall?
I ain't steal it, I promise. But
No, I
great
know.
think alike. So
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I felt that energy and I've been in contact with you for a while. So yes, I would love to move this conversation forward to show you exactly how the tech aspect can create the synergy that we need to connect even everyone outside of retail as well, the healthcares.
Mhm.
Everyone can sort of play a role in this scavenger hunt, so to speak, if it is planned the right way.
I absolutely agree. So let's plan it the right way, Victoria.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for your time, guys. And yeah, so how do you want me to reach out to you moving forward?
Everybody that wants to put their information in the chat, you can do so now, please, so that people can contact everybody. And then if y'all have LinkedIn's, put those in the chat as well.
Hi, Tangy. This is
Hi,
Takia. How are you?
I am well, my love. How are you?
Good, good, good. So, quick question. I know you're asking for volunteers and support for the committee. Do you have exactly like the roles that you need, like a list of what is needed and all that information available?
We do, but a lot of most of it is like event planning, sponsorship, sending like connections, finding venue spaces. So there are different things like just what. It would be advantageous if the person has a network that they can tap into in such a short amount of time. That would be advantageous and ideal. Like I know this place, I know this, they want to partner, they want to sponsor, they want to be because I went to the city of Atlanta. There is no money. There's no money from FIFA. There's no money. Invest Atlanta is raising funds. Everybody's in fundraising mode. So if you know people that
Wow.
to sponsor and be a part of this, that would be great. We do have a sponsorship deck. But if they want to do in-kind sponsors and just be part of our marketing so that we can get the data for 2026, because that's when we're 10xing our prices. That's when we're really getting to the bag. Then that would be what would be ideal. So, but the volunteers is, I mean, getting all the things prepared for these particular events for June 15th through the 22nd is the bulk of the load.
Okay, and then I know you also ask the sponsors exactly what I mean. So exactly what will the sponsors do, or what have a list of what needs to be covered. I mean, if you need help.
Yes,
I'm wearing my project management hat. I'm sorry. That's all. I'm like boom, boom, boom.
No, you're good. I wish I could share my screen. I don't even know who's hosting right now, but if I could share my screen, I would show y'all the sponsorship deck and what we have going on. But the sponsors get, depends on which part they sponsor. We have stuff as low as $25, I think, $500. Just to crowdfund and just to make sure people are part of history. If you say I want to make sure my business is covered and we're part of history for this, we have something just for that. Or if you want to say we want to speak, we want to be a major part of this, we want to make sure that people know about us and put in the marketing for the production team and the commercials so it just depends on what matters to you the most. But the big portion of it is for the app, and that's a big part of the sponsorship. So you can be front and center on the front page of our app for the Club World Cup and the scavenger hunt. So it just depends.
Okay.
Angie, you can share your screen.
Oh, thank you, whoever that was.
And my last question is, I know you and I both attended that Airbnb showcase at Mercedes-Benz early in the year, and it has some really good contacts there, including the I guess the A and B person, were you able to connect with? I mean, I don't know them, but when I mean, I think they have some good contacts there who may be able to give you some insight.
I agree. I connected with a couple of those people that were there, and but I do need to follow back up, and that's what the volunteers will help with. I can't learn all this stuff,
Right.
and so that's what the volunteers would be helpful in doing.
Okay. So I just wanted to understand the exact role of the volunteers. I'm working
Mhm.
on my own project right now too, and raising funds and capital. But I just want to understand. I want to get that up and running before I volunteer anywhere else.
Completely understand. And yes,
However,
if you got the time, don't even thank you, Takia. Thank you so much. If you don't have the time, don't even worry about it because it's just gonna be. It's not
yeah,
even necessary.
but I'm good at connecting people, and also, my goal is to definitely have my property up and running as a short-term rental for these events. So, so I just want to stay in the loop.
And I was about to say, if y'all have connections with the schools and y'all can give me some interns, we do volunteer credits. You'll get a certificate and we'll do credits for them as well. So however we need to make this, I think I need about 10 to 20 bodies like of competent humans and adults who can actually execute that. Could even a small team of 10. The things that we've been able to do with the small team that I have will only like triple, and quadruple with a couple more bodies.
I'm glad you said that, Tangy. You talk about a college, universities or high schools?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, because Handshake is a good tool for that. Because I implemented that for a client using Handshake for attract college students as an intern or volunteers. I believe that's a good space to go into. We could talk about that later, but that's something I'm very familiar with. I did that recently. If you need help with that.
That's awesome. I've never heard of that, so thank you. Yeah, let's talk offline.
Okay.
Oh, Tanji, what I was saying was, what would be the best way to reach out to you moving forward from this conversation?
I'm great about LinkedIn these days, and I'm great about my.
Okay.
Yep.
LinkedIn. Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Henry, everyone's asking for your contact in the chat. Can you put your contact in the chat so they can talk to you? Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Go to.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, yeah, put your contact in the in the chat so that people can contact you because I think they're interested. What happened was Melvin had to jump off and he was the original host. And so
I caught on to it. I was coming back on. I didn't know how much everyone caught on to what I was saying. So I'm part of the supporter groups, and I'm a partner liaisons in terms of, businesses that want to come out to our fan tailgates that we do every game. And if you don't know the supporter groups, we're 6 groups. If you go to an Atlanta United game and you see this crazy wild section, that's us. So I was saying earlier, it's a great way if you want to get primed, being around that environment. And yeah, I was going to drop my information in the chat if anybody want to reach out to me, whether you want to come out as an attendee or you want to bring out your business. And I'm also thinking, Tangy, maybe the chamber could have a tent set up out there as well, since we got some things going on in our community. It touches a lot of audiences around the metro. But I'll drop my information in the chat.
Perfect. And then let's jump on a call next week, Henry, please.
All right.
Excellent. Any more questions, y'all? See, helpful. I just need y'all to be helpful. Just please help me help you, please.
So Tandy, how often does the committee meet?
We meet twice a month. We host a stakeholder call. We meet twice a month for that. That just started. And then the team and I meet weekly, almost daily at this point. But it's just so much to do in such a short amount of time that it's just to be up on everything that FIFA does, they change things daily. So just to make sure I'm versed in that, I would like to delegate some things to other people that I know that can be executed even probably better than what I'm doing if I just have, because if I could concentrate, you get what I'm saying. So yeah, we meet often, but we will have more community meetings going forward. And please put 1 in the chat if you want it to be virtual, and 2 in the chat if online is good for you? I just want to get a guesstimate. Put 1 in the chat if you want to do in person, and 2 in the chat if online is better for you. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, and then can you put a 3 in the chat if this is a good time, and a 4 in the chat if evenings would be better? 3 in the chat if this is a good time, and 4 in the chat if you would rather be. Okay. Okay. So yeah, super solid. Super, super
Hi,
solid.
Tangy.
Okay,
This
then.
is Nasir Denise. How are you?
I am well, my love. How are you?
Wonderful, thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm of Yoga Infinitum. I'm a virtual a wellness company and a virtual yoga studio. I would love to help host or even create an event for the committee or for ABC. I do yoga throughout the city at the High Museum, Woodruff Park. I also am a professor of yoga and meditation at Spelman College. So whatever I can do to extend wellness to our community and the global community, I would love to be able to help with that.
I would love to talk to you for so many reasons, but that's the level. So if y'all knew my real ideas, I'm not going to tell y'all my real ideas because we're saving them for 2026, but like yoga at the High Museum is exactly the vibe that we're giving. Do you understand?
I'll actually be teaching Saturday, May, I think it's May, it's the third Saturday of May, 11 and 12 o'clock.
Third Saturday of May. Okay, 11. So I already got something like that. But still, that's great. So let's jump on a call next week offline. Look, and this is what happens. I say next week and whole week be booked up. Like, this is exactly why. But this is great. I love this. I love this. So thank y'all so much.
Thank you. I'll reach out to you on LinkedIn.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Lauren, you got anything, boo?
Hey, Tangy. Great afternoon. Of course, my sister. This was absolutely amazing, per usual. And I did learn something new. Just as you said, I've been to all the others, but I definitely learned something new and have some different insights. There are several people on the call that I will be reaching out to, and you and I need to have a one-on-one as well, because there were just a lot of things I've been sitting back in the background listening to, and my design brain went into effect, and I'm like, okay, there's some ways in which I think, although I may not be able to be directly hands-on with the committee, but I would be able to provide some services that I think would really benefit you guys and helping you to operate in the most effective way possible. But I just love everything that I'm hearing. There's so many opportunities for everyone to collaborate. And I think that's the key that everyone needs to take away from this. You can't do it by yourself. A lot of us are small businesses. We're trying to scale and grow. This is a great opportunity to partner and do a lot of things collectively where we are successful in operating in the energy of generational wealth, which this opportunity really does put us in position to be able to do that. So, from the project managers to, what Henry was putting down. Henry, that's a gold mine, which you offered in all actuality, because the cultural side is a key component that a lot of us in the United States do not have access to. And somebody who has had the privilege of living in Spanish-speaking countries and just living abroad in general and attending some of those soccer matches in those countries, it's a whole nother level. Like, we're still trying to get there in the US. So that's a whole cultural aspect in itself that everyone has to get to. It is I'm a huge sports fanatic, and I love me some football, but baby, when I tell you soccer takes it to a level that even football doesn't even begin to touch. So the opportunities are endless, you guys. What we have in our grasp and within our community, within ABC, and even in Metro Atlanta, we have everything we need to really boom this and rock this and really put Atlanta on the map. And so just let it all sink in, take advantage, and really identify your lanes, because that's one of the things that I did on this call that I haven't done in previous meetings. Is I identified several lanes in which I can operate, from my cross-cultural communication opportunities to me being multilingual, to me being in real estate, to my education background, to the project management. So I'm going to be hitting up a lot of y'all. Just so you know, I will be in contact with so many of you, and I look forward to the opportunities. And Tangy, I know you were talking about us not being in the room in some of these spaces where they're having conversations that are going to dictate the lines in terms of the perimeter and the permitting and things of that nature. I have a really great network that I can tap into that can probably put us in those rooms. While I may not be able to be at all those meetings, we can get some representatives and we can get in those meetings. Okay. So that's another one-off that I want to have with you and identify how you want to move forward with that. So that's my take. Thank you for calling on me and giving me the floor. I love you, sis, as always. Phenomenal job. Everyone have a great weekend. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Lauren, do you hear me? Just helpful, just team member, multilingual, will definitely be translating for us. I just love it. And this is what it's about. I really believe that we can pull this off. We really, really can, in more ways than one. And not even when I say pull this off, we are a chamber of commerce. Our job is to make money. Do you understand this? Our job is to take in funds and use that to build profitable, sustainable businesses. That's what the mission of the chamber is. And that's what I'm keeping in the forefront of my mind. And that's the goal. That's the mission. That's the only mission. Okay. So you think we're doing events for no reason? No, we're bringing the people to us so that we can service and supply our businesses to them so they can spend money with us. That's the whole goal. That's the whole reason. Okay. And with 10 more minutes left, 5 more minutes left, anybody got any questions?
Yes, I do have a question.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Hi, my name is Layla. I have a few questions regarding, well, not a few. I am a painter and I'm on the artistic spectrum of, I would say, Atlanta, and I wanted to know how that would go about in regards to, because I have promotional ideas in ways to promote the Club World Cup event. And I was wondering, I know you mentioned, talking to Marta and Nike for like mural work or things like that, but is there a space and a way of connection via Black Chambers, Atlanta Black Chambers, in this space, bringing art into that space for a more promotional side of things? And if that makes sense, that's my question. How can art be in this space?
Art specifically. Art is a huge part of FIFA's plan. Like that's a huge part of their business model when it comes to the community aspect. That's not my thing, but I understand the importance of it. So that's why I would love to partner with you on something art related. That's that Castleberry Hill district. That's, we do have an art component with our partners that we're working with. It's a digital nexus. I can't remember. Is Corey still on the line? But when I tell you we have an art component, but I would love to talk to you further and really put something on the calendar, because I understand how important it is. And let me tell you this, I wasn't going to mention this live, but you know what? I'm going to say it because I'm going to just say it. Okay. This is what happened. Our official Atlanta FIFA poster was created by a guy from Ecuador. Our official Atlanta FIFA poster was created by a guy from Ecuador. He works for Atlanta United, and I guess that's how he was picked. But all the people that do art in Atlanta, they went straight to him, apparently. And as opposed to Toronto did an open call that had over 550 people that, entered. They narrowed it down to 5 contestants, and a Toronto-based artist won the poster, the official Toronto FIFA poster. Like, those are the type of things, like, we want to start our own contest. We want to do a RFP and get people and do a grand prize, but that's more like leaning toward World Cup and not necessarily, because we got way too many artists to not do something. So I would love to talk to you offline about that.
Perfect. That sounds great. I would love to do that as well. Is email would work for you?
That's great.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Of course.
Oh, also, wait, I do have a quick question. I would like to know if anyone in the participants have anything related to the content creator space. That's more of my arena, growing in the content creator space as an artist and painter, promoting, doing work to maybe raise awareness for events or things in that nature. If you guys know any way to sponsor or sorry, the question slipped my mind, but in that sense of anybody in the participants knowing how to bring that alongside content creating in this space,
Like
Yeah.
content. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to tell her, send me your information. I work with some content creators, and it's in the same space with our retail installations and pop-up shops and stuff.
Okay,
I think
perfect. Thank you so much.
that's going to be huge. And if we all get on the same page, like once I post something, if y'all could repost it just so we can get the word out and start spreading out like content creation, and then reposting and posting, and everybody posts the same thing on the same day. We have a media plan as well that we've reached out to, like Atlanta Voices on the team and different things like that. So we do have a media strategy, but content creation and also you know, influencers, all that's going to be really, really important and instrumental to what we do. Okay, so we got about 5 minutes left.
I had one more question for you, Tandy. How is the committee already planned out? Are you still putting people on there? Is it too? How is it? Are you what's really? How's it really being separated?
Yeah, we're still adding people to the committee every day, to the initiative every day. The thing is like, do you have the time and the capacity? Because a lot of people come on and like, this is a sprint, and I try to be as open and honest about it. You know, in the beginning when people come on, they're like, "Oh, this is a lot." No, it is a lot. We only got a couple. We only got 2 tries at this, and we have to get it right. So whatever your capacity and our capacity is, I just ask that you be honest and open about it so I can know what the expectations are and what can and cannot be done with the time schedules that you all have.
Yes, I'm definitely open for this. I've been waiting for this opportunity. So my availability is, you know, just open in terms of whatever I commit to for this specific project.
I love that. Thank you, Victoria. Absolutely 100% needed. And I put it back in the chat, all the links. So if you want to volunteer, if you would like to speak at the Global Sports Tech and Innovation Summit, I'm tired of the same speakers talking about the same thing. We got amazing people. We're going to get new speakers. MC Ali.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Macaulay here. Just actually, I was asking question about your contacts, and just saw it on the under the stuff there. I didn't the one earlier would not work, so I got your LinkedIn and stuff so in the chat. So thanks. Thank you all set, and great job. Thank you for presentation today.
Thank you so much for being here. Henry, did you have another question, or was your hand up from earlier?
No, well, what Lauren touched on in terms of culture, and I agree with her. You know, I've been around soccer for a while in the Atlanta community, and for me, I just found that as a organic way to connect with Black people around the world. So it's not, for me, it's not just about the soccer, but how do you organically connect with other people in the culture? And so soccer is just a great way to do that. And you was talking about the art. If you're down in underground, you're going to see these posts with these murals. And so you was talking about the artists came from Atlanta United. And so I know some of those artists, and they did that in partnership with American Family Insurance. But the murals are wonderful. But if you're ever down at underground, that those stable of artists, they also did the murals down at underground on these posts on the upper Alabama area. And also right now, Jamaica is building a world-class soccer field, you know. So that's an opportunity for us to connect with other countries. I mean, I think about Ryan Reynolds, the actor. He connected with a European small team back in Europe, created a TV program around this team he bought. And now that team has elevated, and that has created some economics for him and people around him, just because he bought that small team in Europe, and that's benefiting their community. And that was just something he wanted to do. And so that's kind of the level we need to think about. So just think about if we decided to adopt, they're building this new stadium in Jamaica. Someone from our community decides to adopt, that club in Jamaica that's going to be playing there. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Thank you. Thank you, Henry. I think it's really important that we look at all the opportunities. Africa has the youngest population, and so the opportunities there are vast. And I say that because you know how you own 1/48% of a team here, American football, you can own a whole team in Africa if we put the funds and the resources behind them, and they will be good. They will win. So the opportunities are global. I want us to think big. Don't be thinking small. Think big, think very, very big when it comes to this. And so if you have a way that you want to partner with us, if you have a venue, if you have an idea, if you have an event, please contact me so that we can partner up. And it's 1:00 event time. If you have to go, you can. Thank you for being here. I'll stay on for a few more minutes if anyone has any more questions.
Angie, this is Latavia Woodward. I met you at one of the Women's League events recently. So thank you for this wonderful presentation and all of this great information. You touched on a little bit there, but this was vast. So thank you very much for the time. I appreciate all the detail. You're welcome. I actually have a business called Who's Got Next Music. So when you said that there were music opportunities, are there things that are already planned that I need to tap into, or are you looking for music opportunities that we need to develop that we could partner with ABC on?
Yes, I think because we're a music hub, I just think the opportunity is there regardless. But every host city has something called a Sonic ID, and where a producer from that city has produced a beat specifically for FIFA, and ours really is good. Dallas, Austin did ours,
Of
and
course, yes.
it's one of the best ones. We also have one of the best posters as well. I love all the things that are coming out. I just want us to be more a part of it. And so I think if a artist did something to that FIFA beat, it could really blow up. I think if there was a soundtrack that was created just for the Club World Cup or the World Cup that was Atlanta based that we put together, if you have copy-free music, those are the type of opportunities that you can take advantage of.
Okay, thank you.
But we can talk offline as well.
Yeah, because my business is a little bit different, but if there's opportunity for the artists that I work with, certainly want to make sure that I extend that to them. But also looking for ways to also monetize the opportunity to work with FIFA in any type of way, with all this happening in our city. So definitely I'll be reaching out.
Thank y'all. Any other questions?
Yes, hello. I am Leisha Starshia, and I filled out your interest form when you originally sent it out and have not gotten a response. Should I refill it or wait until I haven't gotten contacted? So should I fill it out again or just continue to wait?
What was your interest?
I am arts, entertainment, wellness. We have DJs, wellness practitioners. I'm a visual artist, muralist. And so I was open to the arts, entertainment, music, and my time. I have plenty of time to give. So
I love a good plenty of time to give person, Leisha, please. I will specifically look for your information. If you could DM me or something on LinkedIn or somewhere, that would be great. I can reach out to you specifically, but if you filled it out already, no worries.
Okay. And I just did a contact on LinkedIn, and I sent you a personal message on here with my contact information.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Hello, Tangy. This is Melvin.
Hi, Melvin.
How you doing? Great job today. I
Thank
have one
you.
question. If we, well, you know what I do. So if we did create something of our own outside, well, I know me, you talked.
Well, tell everybody what you do. Everybody don't know you, Melvin.
Oh, well, I'm Melvin Davis Jr., the owner of MDJ Original. I create high-end Letterman jackets, hoodies, premium style at a price that you can afford. So I'm licensed with over like 26 schools, HBCUs, PWIs. I'm currently Deion Sanders in Colorado's main guy for a Fanatic store at the stadium in Colorado. But my question was, if we did create something of our own, is there do's and don'ts? Like, can't use the word Atlanta, how they spell it, or I know we can't use the word FIFA or any of their logos, but like, what is the do's and don'ts of, somebody may roll up and say you can't use that word Atlanta in that type of font or something if you were selling something. So
Yeah, no, that's a great question. And that's the only stipulation is FIFA. I would not use Atlanta Showcase because that's also licensed specifically with FIFA. But anything Atlanta, don't nobody own Atlanta. So they can we can put whatever we want. And I just want something fly from you. Like I just want to pull up in I don't know, I want the whole team to have I don't know how we want to do it, but I trust your vision and I'm excited about whatever we come up with. But yeah, I don't think there's any I mean, when I say I don't think, there is no other stipulations other than FIFA's trademark. And then Atlanta Showcase is licensed with FIFA officially. So I wouldn't use Atlanta Showcase. But Atlanta Soccer, Atlanta Club, Atlanta, anything like that you can use.
okay, thank you.
Of course.
The gentleman that's speaking, does he have a website that he can drop in the chat?
I do. I'll drop it in.
Thank you so
He's
much.
good, y'all. He is great.
IG as well. And quick, do you do small quantities or you only on the large licensing quantity side?
That's the good part about me. I can do small quantities. And my turnaround time is 4 to 6 or 6 to 8 weeks. Depends on what.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, please give me that. My name is Charmine. Yeah, but yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Takia, I would love to connect with the embassies and the consulates. We've reached out to them and we do have some relationships, but if you guys have any, I don't have any Portugal connects. So if anybody on here has a Portugal connect, I do have England and United Arab Emirates, Abu Dhabi. But if you have stronger connects or if you know what those communities are, we want to partner with them, especially for our different events for each country. So I would love to talk to y'all about that if necessary. Otherwise, I think that's it. I think this was amazing. I thank y'all so much for showing up. I value your time and I don't want to waste any of it. I don't have anything else to add. Now the ball is in your court. Help me interpret this information in a way that's beneficial for all. That's the ask of you all. And join the scavenger hunt and be a part of history. Those are the things. Those are the things. The first chat, I'm not sure if it's still, I don't know where that is. I'm gonna have to ask Melvin about it. But either way, I appreciate y'all more than you know. And look for a follow-up email from me.
Every time you say Melvin, I look up.
I know, right? It's not you, Melvin, the other Melvin.
Thank you, Tangy, for all this great information.
Thank y'all for being here. I really just want to be valuable to you all. So that's my goal when I come on here. I don't ever want to waste your time.
Hey, Tangy, I have a question.
Yes.
Hey, are you gonna have host any kind of event as far as like people learning CPR to give medical attention to the customer that's gonna be in their business until medical arrive? I know I hear a lot of people talking. I know we're all concerned about our business, but we got to be also concerned about the people too.
I agree. When I think of my capacity or the team's capacity, I would love to, but I don't think we're already doing the sister self-protection. We can try to squeeze it in there, but that's a whole class in itself of stop the bleed and CPR. And I'm not CPR certified, so it have to be somebody who's certified, that type of thing. So if anybody wants to put that event together, that would be great. That would be something we would 100% promote. Great question. Any other final questions?
Hello.
Hi, Joe.
My sister, my name is Joseph Darby. I live in Pensacola, Florida. My sister LeVay Darby, she invited me to the Zoom. I'm a licensed travel agent, so she said someone might have interest as far as travel.
Absolutely. Travel is a big part of it because of tourism. I would connect with um, the Convention and Visitors Board if I was you, Atlanta Convention, or even Florida Convention, because Miami is a host city as well. So I would connect with them, but mostly it's about marketing, being very strategic about who you market to and what type of clientele you want, what you're offering, and what your prices are. I would start advertising everybody for anything right now. That way you're ahead of the game and you can get stuff booked out before they get here. People should not be guessing about where they're staying, how they're getting here, how they're getting around. Also, if you do Airbnb, I would include a car if I could. I would include early check-in, late check-out. That will make it convenient for them. Just making it better, creating packages, luxury packages would be great. So anything that you can do to increase your revenue around that time would be great. And it starts with marketing and being very specific about who your clientele and audience is.
Yes, ma'am. So may I ask? I said she just sent me the link and told me to chime in because as far as when it comes to travel, what am I actually walking into?
Oh, you don't even know why you're here. That's a sister for you. That's some stuff I do to my brother. I'd be like, join this now. This is Global Sports and World Cup initiative. And so what we're doing is getting people ready for the Club World Cup that'll be happening this year, June 15th through the 22nd is the main week that they'll be in Atlanta, but Miami has different dates. Miami is coming up here. We'll have an Inter Miami game with Messi. That's a big deal. Some of you may not know, but Messi is a big international football star. So that's why we truly believe the fans will show up just to see him. But so we're just telling people the opportunities that they can take advantage of with the Club World Cup and the World Cup next year.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So that most definitely could be beneficial to me when it comes to travel.
Absolutely. It's the most advantageous for you. So what I would do right now is just look up information about Club World Cup dates in your city. And I would be very strategic about how I go about the next couple of weeks so that you can start promoting. Just get an idea of what you can offer, um, and what you want to provide for these people that are coming. So we know that England, Portugal, and United Arab Emirates is coming to Atlanta. Find out what countries are coming to Florida or where you are and see how you can service them.
Gotcha. I mean, I'm actually at the top of Florida, Pensacola. Mine is
Okay.
like 10 to 10, 11 hours away, but I don't have a market as far as myself that far in Miami. I do have a couple people I went to school with that live down there. Maybe I need to reach out to them and see if I try to kind of create some kind of market there. Uh, what is the market like when it comes to travel agents in Atlanta?
What is it like?
Yeah. Do you know anything as far as, do you know a lot of travel agents in Atlanta?
Oh, well, yeah, we have a lot of travel agents in the chamber, Atlanta Black Chamber. That's what we are. This is the group that you're part of, Atlanta Black Chamber. So we have a chamber of commerce that is full of businesses that do travel and tourism and different things like that and host. And so with you, I would look at partnering with a watch party community or some major type of because fans will be all over the world. So, even doing a watch party or some type of package for them with your rentals would be advantageous. But you can just do now that you know that, you can just look up what can be done in your area because you don't have to be near a host city. You can still do something. Just everybody should think of something to do.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. What's your name again?
I'm Tangy. And my
Tangy.
information is in the chat. Yep. So you can follow me on LinkedIn.
Okay. Tangy Daniel.
That's me.
Okay, okay. Nice to meet you.
Such a pleasure, Joe.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, I'll be looking forward to staying in touch. Maybe you can kind of cause like I said, I'm having my I had my launch last week. I'm having my big launch as far as my travel agent business this Monday at 7 p.m. So
Congratulations.
yes, ma'am. Thank you. So I've been doing it about 2 months, so I've got really familiar with everything I need to know as far as not everything I need to know. I'm still learning, but majority of what I need to know as far as the travel business. So I'm actually booking 2 trips right now as we speak. But yeah, I'm like I said, I'm always looking into uh marketing and expanding. So
Of course. So yeah, I would definitely partner up in this situation. So tell your sister thank you for giving you that information. You got some insider information. So
yes,
she
ma'am.
so yeah, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you all to have an amazing rest of your weekend. Be super safe. You have my information just in case. One more time, I'm gonna put it in the chat so that y'all can email me if necessary. I don't know what happened. Okay, here we go. That's my information. So if you want to follow me on LinkedIn, send me a DM, or if you want to email me, either one works. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you all. Please, please contact us sooner than later so that we can get the ball rolling, especially if you have a venue or if you want to help in any type of way. Okay, so have a great rest of your day, everybody, and I will see you next time on another community forum.
Thank you.
Of course, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.